kung ang goal lang ng pag ma-masters dito sa Canada
It's just for your...
is just for the PR, solely for the PR, I would caution anyone, and I think everyone on our channel knows that, na masyadong madaming factors.
Hello, Pam! Welcome back to our channel!
Welcome back to our channel. Maayong buntag, Calgary.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone.
Yeah.
And sa mga bago po sa aming channel, please don't forget to subscribe. We're in road to 1K na. And thank you sa lahat ng mga nag-subscribe and sumuport sa amin. Munting channel. Ayan, so ngayon ang pag-uusapan natin is about is it worth it pa bang mag-international student? So meron tayong isang subscriber na nag-reach out sa atin at nagtanong regarding sa international student. Nag-message siya sa akin kasi nakita
Ano ba siya? He or she?
Nakita niya
Nice.
ako sa sa FDU website daw namin, ang alumni. So namukhaan daw niya ako. So
What is FTU?
Fairleigh Dickinson University. Sa mga bago po pala sa aming channel, ang pathway namin is international student din. I took my master's degree in hospitality management sa Fairleigh Dickinson University in Vancouver. So, nakita daw niya yung alumni photos namin sa parang post nila sa website ng FDU Vancouver. Nag-message siya at nagtanong kung how's being an international student daw. Okay pa daw ba ngayon na international student, and specifically sinabi niya kumusta ang pag-aaral sa FDU kasi ang background din niya is parang hospitality din, and yun yung gusto niya ding i-take, parang Masters in Hospitality Management.
Okay.
Ayun. So, ito yung message niya. And ang message niya sa akin is, "Hello, Miss Donna. I am one of the subscriber on your YouTube channel. I think I recognize you on the photos from FDU alumni and current student event posted on their website. Did you graduate po ba sa FDU? I am planning to take a Masters in Hospitality Management at FDU din po sana. MHMS yung acronym niya."
And then the other message, more recently, "Hello po, sorry to bother you. I just need advice from someone who is inside Canada. Is it still a good idea to proceed with master's program to get PGWP, earn experience, and get PR? With all the policy rules of IRCC changing, I am having a hard time deciding what to do. My immigration consultant is pushing me for it, but I just need the hard truth from a kababayan."
Thank you po.
Thank you po. So this is a very good question or sets of questions. And thank you for asking. I would always proceed with a caution kasi nga hindi naman kami
Consultant talaga.
immigration consultant. So we need to have this disclaimer. First question is, kung gusto mong mag-aral, and since it's for higher education, lalo na for higher education such as masters, for us, it's always a good thing to do because you're going to improve your skill sets, you're going to improve your in a sense, education, elevate your profession, and other experiences that go with having another degree or having a higher degree.
So for pursuing masters as well, before namin malaman ang pathway na to, I was already thinking years ago pa na mag-masters din talaga. Nag-work pa lang ako sa Singapore as a flight attendant. Gusto ko na ding mag-masters talaga to upgrade myself.
Yeah.
So, hindi nga lang siya talaga natutuloy-tuloy dati kasi ang dami nang nangyari. Hindi din fit sa schedule ko. And then, we plan to get baby na and the
At that
rest is
time,
history. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
ganon.
for Donna, magma-masters talaga siya kahit na nasa Singapore. But then again, lucky enough, uy, pwede palang pumunta ng Canada at mag-masters ka.
That's right.
So, let's do it. Yeah, that was one reason why we also went here to Canada. For her question naman,
Yeah.
actually, tinanong naman niya straight eh. Kasi for me, kasi yun nga, ang sa nasabi ko kanina, pursuing a higher education is always good. And the true question there is becoming an international student, thinking that you could, or the chances of getting a PR actually is one of the main purpose. That's another question.
Yeah.
And actually a very good question. With all the changes,
Sobra.
number one, I'll consider whether you have a family or not.
Yeah.
Do you have a husband? Do you have kids?
Malaking difference din yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Pag single ka or you're moving here as a family as well.
Yeah. So since masters naman, based on the rules recently that was updated,
By IRCC. Yeah.
okay lang naman siya. Regardless, parang okay siya kahit na single or
May
may
family.
family ka. So,
That's for masters.
for masters. Pero kung
Degree na.
magba-bachelor or post graduate degree, parang alangan or hindi na actually pwede for family. Kasi syempre may hirapan, wala ng PGWP yung husband. So another thing to consider, and is actually a very big reason, is of course you need to have good finances.
Yep.
If the finances are okay, and that you've done your research, that from what I know and what I remember, it costs around 40 to 50,000 US dollars. If that's okay, then another check for you. So it's very important kasi hindi biro yung tuition fee talaga na
Totoo.
babayaran. Plus, of course, your living expenses also you need to consider.
Correct.
Kasi you're gonna be living in Vancouver.
Ang taas-taas na talaga ng expenses doon.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, kailangan pag-isipan talaga ang finances. Kung maaari, meron kayong dala talaga na for the whole term, which is 2 years yon, 4 semester, dapat meron kayo.
So calculate. Very big factor siya. Kasi magkakaroon ka ng additional stress syempre kung walang enough finances. And this is not just for you, our subscriber, but for everyone else. If you guys are planning to study, please don't think of it as a show money kasi hindi talaga siya show money.
Yeah. Kailangan nyo
You
talaga.
need the money.
Yeah. Kailangan nyo
For the
talaga.
tuition fees and the cost of living. Kasi I would really highly discourage yung thinking na
Just for a show money.
show money lang siya, and then pagdating mo or pagland mo dito sa
Mag-work.
Canada, sa work mo kukunin,
Na.
that's gonna be super hard. dapat parang 1/4 lang or 25% lang of what you need should be coming from that work or whatever work that you're thinking of gonna be doing here in Canada. Yeah. So, masyadong mahirap yung ganun.
Kasi nga as a student, then you are allowed to work 20 hours per week. So, feeling ko hindi siya enough to sustain or yun yung gamitin yung panggastos.
Yeah, hindi talaga.
Yeah.
Hindi talaga. Sinasabi ko na, hindi.
Yeah.
Hindi talaga kaya. Hindi talaga kaya yan. Okay, another point that you need to consider is, of course, your pathways for the permanent residency. Kasi it's a very good question actually kasi yun talaga if you would want to stay here in Canada and ang gusto mo ay maging permanent resident, kasi most of us would want that.
Yeah.
If it's for masters and it's under hospitality or tourism, it would need a bit more research.
Yeah.
Unless you're very clear on the pathway. Kasi what I've done is, or what we've done, is I researched about her, yung tourism and yung hospitality pathway. But at that time, I don't see a clear, straight road for her. Even after magkakaroon siya ng PGWP. This is, I'm talking about with regards to British Columbia kasi nandun na Vancouver. I don't see a very clear pathway.
Nung time namin.
Yeah. So it
time.
might have changed now, but I would still strongly advise for you to look and research about it kasi baka merong mga provincial nomination pathways. Or if the target job that you would be doing is part of the high demand occupations of British Columbia. Kasi ang ginawa ko kasi is when I studied her pathway, kunyari after she graduates and then magkakaroon siya ng PGWP, at that time, I really don't see a quick win path. But I saw na pag nagkaroon ako ng work as an IT manager in British Columbia, that would be the top option kasi magiging provincial nomination siya, kasama siya sa provincial nomination category, and then we would be able to get invited right away. And we would become PR, which thankfully happened kasi wala pang 1 year na PR na kami.
So, yun.
So, this side of the question on doon sa while you get the experience, once you've graduate, once you've gotten your PGWP, kukuha ka ng experience, kukuha ka ng additional Canadian experience, ano? And then I can see that you could be under the Canadian experience class, and then probably another pathway for you to explore is the provincial nomination program, kasi baka meron doon pathway na ngayon for tourism or hospitality graduates or masters. So those are my thoughts. Yeah. Kasi merong friend si Donna that she's very close to. Ngayon she's still gaining experience.
Nasa hotel siya.
And so she's working in the hotel, the normal pathway after, or the normal works that you need to do after graduation, getting the PGWP. Syempre, since Masters in Hospitality ka, naturally you go to a tourism, more of a tourism hospitality company, which is hotel siya.
Yeah.
So she's doing the experience right now, gaining the experience right now on that. So I'm not privy on what's happening with her. Additionally, meron dito sa Canada tinatawag na tier categories. So what is tier? Training, education, experience,
And responsibilities. So, yon. Meron silang iba-ibang level of tier. Merong tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, kailangan yung malaman kung anong occupation type nyo. Like sa tier 0, sa management, tier 1 is yung mga usually required ng university degrees, kung meron, and the rest as well, kailangan yung i-research talaga yun. Kasi very important na alam nyo yun kasi yun din yung pathway na gagamitin nyo para sa permanent residency.
Yeah. Kasi kaya importante siya kasi
Ngayon,
dapat you need to determine after mong gumraduate, once na meron ka ng PGWP, saan kaya akong tier maglaland? Ano kaya ang work na gagawin ko? If you think that you could make it to tier 0 and tier 1, there's a very good chance na
may chances of
na ma-PR.
yeah.
Kasi yun yung mga rules ngayon is leaning towards tier 0 and tier 1. Sobrang pabor na pabor dun sa mga work categories na yun. Again, managerial, executive, upper management. Tier 1s would be occupations with specific professional degrees or university graduate ka. You're doing the profession that you've graduated into, like for example, accounting. So like accountancy ka. Finance perhaps, So mga ganung work. For tiers 2 and 3, ang nakasabi is some. All I remember is the education, the early childhood education. Kasi yung isang friend namin is dun siya na considered as a tier. So, it's very good.
Yeah. Kasi nga nag-changes.
But for the others, hindi ko alam kung ano ang job mo na mapupuntahan or job na target mong puntahan.
Yeah. Kasi nga
it's very, very, very critical. Talaga.
IRCC policy changes sobrang parang bukas pwedeng may i-announce sila na iba na naman yung changes nila. So, ang hirap din talagang mag-decide.
And second thing, of course, financially. So, if the finances are okay, and since at the end of the day, you really want to study, another check for you.
And ayun, just sharing our thoughts and experience sa pagiging international student and kung worth it pa bang mag-international student ngayon. Honest opinion. Studying in Canada naman is still worth it and it's a great option talaga. Kasi sa na-experience ko, naka-help siya and I improve myself. And syempre, matagal ko nang gusto din mag-master. So, na-enjoy ko din siya. Pero kung ang leaning toward nyo talaga is just the purpose of you getting a permanent resident, you really need to research.
There's no guarantee now. There's no guarantee before.
Yeah.
There isn't any guarantee in any time. So, kailangan talaga ng matinding research on your pathway, on your tier, kung ano ang tingin mong magiging job mo after graduating, yun nga, job opportunity.
Lalo na ang finance nyo.
And if all fails, ano ang backup plan mo?
Yeah.
Are you okay that if, for example, you need to study again because this pathway or another degree could lead you to a better pathway to PR or permanent residence? Are you open to that thought? Are you also open to the thought na at the end, pag nag-fail talaga, is you need to go back to your home country?
So, ayun, backup plans is really important. Like, mag-plan ka ng A, B, C hanggang Z if kaya mo. Kasi, nowadays, sobrang hirap na talaga din dito sa Canada mag-migrate. Back nung 2 years ago na ba tayo? 3 years ago. Medyo, hindi, yun kasing kasagsagan ng talagang international student acceptance ng Canada. So, medyo maluwag pa tayo ng time na yun, di ba?
Actually, maluwag lang siya in terms of, yes, nagpapapasok sila ng
acceptance.
International student. But for PR, it's the same. Now, it's even stricter. So, for me, it's the same kasi nga, medyo may alam akong kung paano ko siya gagawin. So, it's the same for me.
And, yeah, that's the conclusion of this video today. So just to share our experience and thoughts of kung worth it pa ba talaga. And I hope meron kayong natutunan kahit papano sa video na ito. And sa mga nagbabalak pa na maging international student dito sa Canada, please do your own diligence para alam nyo yun, hindi kayo magsisi at masayang kasi nga sa daming changes talaga ng IRCC at ng Canada. Medyo mahirap for now, pero meron pa rin naman talagang chances. Diba, Dad?
Anong chances? Chances of what?
For you to still study here and may pathway ka pa rin to have a permanent resident. Pero yun nga, kailangan mo talagang mag-research and maging updated sa lahat. And let us know if meron kayong comment or anong masasabi nyo sa mga mag-international student pa or sa mga naging international student, ano nang pinagdadaanan natin, ninyo, then so, just sharing our saloobin, kumbaga. And that's all for today.
Yeah, that's all for today's video. So,
thank you for watching and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if nagustuhan nyo tong video na to.
It's our road to 1,000. Malapit-lapit na.
Yep.
And we're very excited.
And thank you once again and
See you on the next video. Hang loose.